Hello my beautiful bunnies, how are you guys doing today? I'm going to try a little bit of a darker video today to see if it's a little bit more relaxing for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you like it. Also, really quick before we get started, I might be doing just voiceovers sometimes and then these talking head videos sometimes. I don't know. I may just go back to voiceovers. I may stick with just these. May do both here and there. Not sure, but let me know which ones you guys like the best and I'll try to stick with the ones you like the best the most. Guys, when I tell you this story is just absolutely crazy, it keeps getting crazier, and then at the very end, it's just absolutely mind-boggling. Anyways, to start this video out right, we gotta talk about Dave Krupa from the get. So Dave Krupa was in a long-term relationship with a lady named Amy Flora. They split up. They had 2 kids together though, but they split up, and when they did, Dave decided to go on to Omaha, Nebraska. Once he got there, he started him up an auto repair shop business. Things were going great for Davey. You know, Davey just got out of this long-term relationship and he was ready to meet some ladies. But he was not, by no means, wanting no serious relationship again. That was not in the books for him. But he did start an online dating profile and met a few ladies on there. Made it very clear that he did not want anything serious. It was just wham bam, thank you ma'am. Maybe you could come back tomorrow, wham bam again, you know, but no ring on it. Nobody's getting no ring. So the first lovely lady that Dave would meet online would be a lady named Shannon Elizabeth Gollier. She went by Liz. She was a single parent too. She, you know, was flirty and fun. They really hit it off like right from the start. After I think the 4th time hanging out, they started boinking, guys. Yeah. But Dave told her, I don't want anything serious, not putting a ring on it, and she agreed, and, you know, it was all good. So a lady named Cari Farver, very beautiful, single mom as well, came to get her car worked on at Dave's repair shop. He was totally struck by her the minute he seen her, thought she was gorgeous. They met up for a second time, I guess at the repair shop, I'm not sure. But anyways, they went to Davey's apartment after a while, and they were having a little, you know, Davey and Cari time. Well, everything was going great. Cari told him, though, I don't want a serious relationship, which was totally okay with Dave, because neither did he, right? Right. So, like, while Cari was at Dave's house, Liz showed up, and that had to be a little bit awkward, even though everybody knew a serious relationship wasn't in the works, or in the books, or whatever you want to call it. Had to be a little bit weird. But Dave explained to Cari she was okay with it. She totally understood, and when Dave was like, why are you here, Lizzo? What's up? She's like, oh, I'm just here to get a few things. Awkward. Worst time to show up, babe. But anyways, as he let Cari out the door, he let Liz in the door. And that was that night, I guess. So November 13th, 2012, Cari would text Dave just like 2 weeks after they'd been hanging out, saying that she wanted to move in with him. And he was just like, no, like, I am not going to move in with you. We had just met. Like, and you just told me you didn't want a relationship and vice versa, chick. Like, no. So she got very upset at this and started like texting him things like, I hate you, I'm seeing someone else anyways, like blah 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 blah, all this stuff. Like really just got upset about it. So around the same time, Cari started sending really weird messages to her family too. She stopped answering phone calls completely. She told her mom that she moved to Kansas. She started missing like family events, like ones that she never would before, including her son's birthday, which was really weird. Her family said that like that's just not her. That wasn't something she would do. So even though Cari got really mad at Dave when he said that she couldn't move in with him and said that, like, she hated him, never wanted to see him again and all that jazz, she continued to send threatening and hateful messages to Dave anyways. And the focus of those threatening messages were, of course, Dave himself and Liz, the girl that she met in the hallway briefly that one day. Like, the girl who came and got a few things from Dave's house. The Elizabeth, she went by Liz. Shannon, whatever. Yeah, her. And get this, Liz told Dave that she is also getting threatening messages from somebody who spray painted her garage and it said "whore from Dave." Like, for one, like, what the frick does that even mean, yo? Like, whore from Dave. Like, do better. Do better threats. Well, don't do threats at all, but if you are, do better. Dave also said that everything was like escalating. The threats were escalating to the point he was pretty sure somebody was watching him. And that's just creepy as frick. He said one night that he was in his lazy boy, just leaning back with his feet up watching TV when he got a text message that said, "I see you. You're sitting in your lazy boy, or your chair, with your feet up, watching TV in a blue shirt." And he's like, that freaking creeped me out, because it was true. Dave and Liz, they were still seeing each other, by the way, and when they were sitting beside each other, they would both receive, like, harassing text and all that jazz. Yeah, it was getting out of hand. So on January 2013, Dave spotted Cari's car in a parking lot. Well, of course, they were looking for, like, what the hell was going on in all this situation. So he sent the picture of the car to police. They checked it out, and there was only one fingerprint in the whole car, and it didn't match Cari's or anybody else in the FBI fingerprint database thing. Which I'm going to add this little note in here really, really quick. Because a lot of people think that when you get fingerprints or you get DNA from something that you automatically can find someone and boom, it's over with. But no, if this person doesn't have fingerprints in the database or DNA in the database, then no, they can't find them people unless them people end up, getting asked for their DNA or getting arrested at some point. So, like, it's really hard if they're not in the database, you know what I mean? So Cari's mother at this point was getting really freaked out, wondering where the heck her daughter was. She knew something was not right. That this just all was bizarre. The authorities weren't helping her mother search for her either. They just thought that she really had left on her own free will, and the messages she sent to her mother about moving to Kansas or whatever was really her, and she was really gone. She didn't want to come back or be a part of her family or her son's life. But her mother knew that was some bullshit, which really breaks my heart, because I'm not saying cops are bad, but do better when you're, like, searching for people, please. Listen to the family. So the harassment started getting bad. Cari started threatening to kill Liz and sending Dave pictures of a woman tied up. Of a woman tied up in the trunk of a car. In August 2013, Liz's house burnt down, dude. Yeah, it burned down. 2 of her dogs, her cat, and her pet snake all lost their lives in this house fire. So in 2015, like 2.5 years after Cari had even been seen by anybody alive, 2 detectives would take on the case. Ryan Avis and Jim Doughty. I hope I'm saying their names right. They were immediately suspicious of Liz, because me too, okay, me too. But they were suspicious of her because, like, she only had a brief encounter with Cari, but yet it seemed that it was Cari's main focus of harassment, so They were like, what, why is she so mad at Liz? What is going on? So the two detectives decided to look through case files and phone downloads from Liz's phone that they received from her that she agreed to give them at the start of their original investigation in 2013. On Liz's phone, they found a photo of Cari's car weeks before police ever even found it. They found a photo of a woman tied up in the trunk of the vehicle, and they also found that the fingerprints that were in the car matched Liz's. December 4th, 2015, Liz went into the police station to file a complaint against Amy Flora. Yeah, that's Dave's ex. She, I guess, decided that she really thought that Amy was actually the one behind all this harassment. I guess pretending to be Cari or something. I don't know. Well, suspiciously, the very next day, Liz ends up getting shot in the leg. I almost said egg. But in the leg. And said that she's pretty certain that it was Amy who did it. Really? Really? And apparently she had already reported Dave's gun missing. That was apparently the gun that was used when Amy, quotation marks, shot Liz. So as a part of the investigation, the investigators asked if Liz could give them the downloads or let them download her phone information again. And she agreed to do it. She agreed to let them download all the stuff on her phone again. So investigators found evidence of Liz making like 20 to 30 different emails and also downloading an app that would schedule text messages to go out. This is when detectives decided to come up with a big boy plan. They told old Liz that they believed her, and they asked her if she would reach out to Amy to see if she would incriminate herself. So Liz emailed Amy and immediately started forwarding emails to detectives that was supposedly from Amy. Like, damn, you should have waited at least a minute, girl. You ain't even trying. You ain't even trying to hide this shit anymore. You just that dumb, baby. These emails that were supposedly from Amy were confessing to shooting Liz in the leg and stabbing Cari. The apparent Amy confessions said that they stabbed Cari 3 to 4 times and stuffed her body into a garbage bag. So while police and investigators brought Liz in for questioning, they searched her apartment and found plenty of Cari's possessions and a camera and camcorder that was hers. So on December 22nd, 2016, Liz was finally charged for Cari's murder, 4 years after Cari went missing. So yes, that means that the whole time Dave was sitting by Liz and they were both getting them harassing text messages, it was from Liz's little scheduling app. She was sending them to the both of them before she came over, or like scheduling them and shit. That also means that yes, Liz burnt down her own house and ended the lives of her own dogs, cat, and snake. That is horribly disgusting. That also means she shot herself in the leg with Dave's gun that she also took. And that means that she is also the one that stabbed Cari and murdered her. And yes, it also means that she tried to set it up and make it look like Amy was the one doing all this shit in the end, when I'm pretty sure she was thinking she was probably getting close to getting caught. She was like, man, Cari's dead. Now I gotta hurry up and make it look like Amy, so they think that, when they find that Cari is dead and gone and it ain't her, then they'll think, oh, okay, so Amy's the one that did it. Liz, you are a biatch from HE double hockey sticks, and I'm so glad you got caught. Shanna Elizabeth Gollier, which was Liz, was charged with first-degree murder, and she got life in prison for that. She was also charged with arson, and she got an additional 18 to 20 years for that, which was served consecutively, which means one after another, which means after serving life in prison, she will also have to serve another 18 to 20 years in prison for the bull she did, and she deserved it. She so deserves to be stuck in there for life. They never found Cari's body, but in most states, if you have enough evidence that someone has committed a murder, you can throw them in prison for that murder. And they said when they got the evidence, the stuff off of Liz's phone, there was a photo of Cari's decomposing foot and thigh. And then, of course, through them fake emails, her telling about how she killed Cari. They felt like that was enough evidence to throw her behind bars, and it sure the heck was, and I'm glad it was. This stuff really breaks my heart. I really feel for the family, especially the mother who had searched for her daughter for 4 years while this wicked witch Liz pretended to be her when she is the one that killed her. It just makes me sick. And then her son, wondering why she wasn't at his birthday parties when she was dead because this biatch killed her, and then made the family think that she just ran away on them. It makes me sick. And then to sit there and kiss on and sleep with a guy while you're pretending someone is harassing you guys that you had killed. I don't know, this story is absolutely nuts to me. I am so sorry to the family that went through this, any of the friends. I'm even sorry for Dave. It's not his fault he wanted to just have some booty calls. He was upfront about it, and he just got in a sticky, shitty situation. I feel bad for everybody but Liz. I really hope she rots. This sucks. I hope that one day that they do find Cari's body and they're able to lay her at rest completely, and everything just gets better for the family and people that loved Cari. Gets better for Dave, everything gets better for everyone involved in this. Even Amy, even his ex that was put in the middle of this. I'm so sorry for everybody, and them poor pets that were lost in that fire. My heart really goes out to everybody and everything that had to go through this situation and bullcrap because of one heartless person. I love you guys so much. Let me know if you like these darker videos or the lighter ones better. Let me know if you like these talking head videos or the voiceover ones better. Just let me know what you guys like, because this is about you guys, entertainment wise. I want to put these videos out there and give these victims a voice and bring awareness to things, but I also want you guys to enjoy them as much as possible. So let me know exactly how you like them. If you like the video, liked how I told it, or whichever or whatever, please hit the like button. It will really help me out. If you want to hear more stories like this, or stories related to stories like this, subscribe. You'll really like it. I promise. I'm getting better and better. Things will get better and better. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna get great. I love you guys. Thank you. And one last thing to my babies out there. If you've got a story you want me to share, any kind related to crime, jail, prison, whatever, email me. I'll put my email on the screen. And if you email me, put in the subject bar important, here's a story for you, something, so I know oh, okay, I need to read that. Okay, love you guys.